Focus on what's important, start from there, and then get rid of the pieces that you know you can go without.
Kerri and Matt had one of the most honest conversations we've seen on Belle Collective Season 6. And it highlighted just how differently two people can respond to the exact same situation. While they were discussing the pressures surrounding their business and relationship, it became clear that they don't always process stress in the same way. That difference alone seemed to create more frustration than the actual problems they were facing.
All the stuff that is going on in my life is taking me apart.
Kerri, it's gonna be okay. Listen, you are not in it alone when it comes to this whole entrepreneur type. It is hard, it's not for the weak. At the end of the day, you have to sit and talk to Matt.
I already tried to talk to Matt, and he knows that I'm really fragile with everything I'm dealing with our businesses. I don't know why everybody
There's the old
around me
saying
is like,
goes,
oh,
look.
just close, oh, just do that. This is real.
As the old saying goes, you can't take none of this with you.
I need you to be here in the trenches with me, not just sitting high and looking low. Right now, he's not giving me what I need him to give me as a spouse and a teammate.
So what's on your mind?
Matt, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the problem. You're clueless. You're in the clouds. You live there. Not down on earth with me in the ruins.
What ruins are you in?
Matt, I'm trying to stay out of financial ruin. That's what I'm doing. And it's incredibly stressful.
Well, you know, I'm here with you. We both live in stressful spaces.
Matt, no.
But we handle it totally different. At the end of the day, Kerri, we both just we gotta get done. The way I'm built, I can't live in sorrow.
But why am I only one living in it? That's what I'm talking about.
You and I have dealt with adversity before. Focus on what's important, start from there, and then get rid of the pieces that you know you can go without.
Feel this pain with me. Take on some of this stress. At least act like you care about what's going on versus offering the, it's gonna be all right. That's not helping. Oh, no.
Am I not doing my part?
Y'all gotta get ready.
No, Jesus.
Yes, we're in a time frame. And
Is there food left?
Yes, there's food left. And get dressed.
Yeah, let's give her.
Let Matt tell it. I'm living in sorrow.
Of course, I'm stressed. You know, it's hard not to be stressed when I see my wife going through the emotional roller coaster that she's been going through for a long time, and I'm ready to move past it any way we can.
One thing I immediately noticed during this conversation was that Kerri was looking for reassurance just as much as she was looking for solutions. Sometimes when someone is overwhelmed, they don't necessarily expect the other person to fix everything. They simply want to feel like they're carrying the weight together. That emotional support can make a huge difference, especially during difficult moments. Matt, however, approached the conversation from a completely different perspective. He remained calm, relaxed, and steady throughout the discussion. Rather than reacting emotionally, he seemed focused on staying level-headed. While that kind of personality can be a strength during stressful situations, it can also create misunderstandings if the other person interprets that calmness as a lack of concern. That's exactly where I think the disconnect started becoming obvious. Kerri appeared to be carrying the emotional weight of everything that was happening, while Matt didn't seem to express his concerns in the same way. Just because two people react differently doesn't necessarily mean one person cares more than the other. Sometimes people simply process pressure differently. One thing I found interesting is how easily different communication styles can create unnecessary tension. Kerri expresses how she's feeling openly. She wants conversations, reassurance, and emotional engagement. Matt, on the other hand, seems like someone who believes staying calm is the best way to deal with stressful situations. Neither approach is automatically wrong, but when those personalities come together, it's easy to see why misunderstandings happen. I also think this conversation highlighted one of the biggest challenges couples face when they work together. Running a business already comes with deadlines, financial responsibilities, and constant decision-making. When you combine that with marriage, separating work stress from personal life becomes extremely difficult. Problems at work don't stay at work because they eventually follow both people home. Throughout the discussion, Kerri seemed to want Matt to show more emotion and become more invested in what she was feeling. She wanted to know that he fully understood the pressure she was experiencing. That's a very common expectation in relationships, because people naturally want their partners to emotionally connect with what they're going through. Matt's response suggested that he prefers approaching problems with patience rather than panic. Instead of becoming overwhelmed, he appeared more comfortable remaining composed while figuring things out step by step. That doesn't necessarily mean he isn't paying attention. It simply means his way of handling pressure looks completely different from Kerri's. I think this conversation also reminds us that emotional compatibility doesn't always mean two people react the same way. In many successful relationships, one partner tends to be more expressive, while the other provides stability during emotional moments. The challenge comes when those different personalities stop understanding each other's intentions. Another thing I appreciated was that this wasn't a conversation filled with yelling or unnecessary drama. Instead, it reflected something many couples experience behind closed doors. Not every disagreement has to involve raised voices. Sometimes the hardest conversations are the quiet ones where two people are simply trying to understand each other but continue speaking from completely different emotional perspectives. One issue I believe Kerri is struggling with is feeling like she's carrying too much responsibility emotionally. When someone constantly feels responsible for keeping everything together, they naturally begin looking toward their partner for reassurance. If that reassurance isn't expressed in the way they expect, disappointment can quickly turn into frustration. Matt, meanwhile, appears to believe that remaining calm is his way of helping. From his perspective, becoming emotional alongside Kerri probably wouldn't improve the situation. He may genuinely believe that staying composed gives both of them the best chance of working through whatever challenges they're facing. The truth is that both perspectives have value. Emotional support matters, but so does having someone who stays calm when everything feels overwhelming. The real challenge isn't deciding which approach is correct. It's learning how to appreciate what each person brings into the relationship. For me, this conversation wasn't about deciding whether Kerri or Matt was right. It was about recognizing that healthy relationships require understanding each other's communication styles. People naturally express love, concern, and support differently. Problems usually begin when we expect our partners to respond exactly the way we would. As Belle Collective Season 6 continues, I think Kerri and Matt's biggest challenge won't be business or outside pressure. It will be learning how to better understand each other's emotional needs. Once that happens, many of the smaller disagreements will probably become much easier to overcome because they'll finally be speaking the same emotional language.